Hi, thank you for clicking. My name is Love, and so happy to send out this first video or recording, depending on where you're listening from, to the internet. So happy to finally be sending it out to the internet. Um, yeah, so I'm the Bloody Great Girl on Instagram, and I'm feeling really fulfilled to be able to give women hope. The hope that no one gave me when I was suffering from fibroids, the hope that was so hard to find and so hard to hold on to when everything looked like it was the end. I really wanted to find women who had shrunk their fibroids, but I couldn't find any. And all the women who wanted to sell medication to me, herbs and concoctions to cure the fibroids, they were promising me like really short time frames, and having those medications and hoping for transformation within that short period really added to my anxiety. And what I didn't know was that the anxiety was in turn affecting my hormones, which was in turn increasing the fibroid size. And all of that put together, I just wanted to let you know that those medications and concoctions didn't work. Neither did going to the hospital help. In fact, going to the hospital worsened my condition like a million times more and made my situation life-threatening. Life-threatening meaning I was losing blood every day when I should be saving blood. I got really skinny, I got really pale. I always had to use a sanitary towel, and when I got so sick of sanitary towels, I would just use something called a nightingale on my bed, and I would just lay there and just bleed all night long because I just got so tired and so sick of my life. And my greatest regret was going back to the hospital after I discovered I had fibroids. So this is what I always tell women. I am not against surgery. I just personally changed my mind about surgeries. At first, I just wanted to get it out of my body. The very day I discovered I had fibroids, I went home and I just wanted to tell my parents, I love you guys, but I have to run back to the hospital now and get the fibroids out. I really thought that that was how urgently and immediately you could do a surgery. But then I got home and I told my parents, and then my dad was the first person who told me fibroids do shrink and I should just hold on. He doesn't want any of his kids to have incisions anymore because two of my other sisters had had operations when they were still kids, and he just didn't want that for me. Also, I started looking at my life and all of my achievements, and I just started thinking about my life and saying, Love, you are so amazing. You are too loaded. And I've seen so many horrible movies where people's lives, no matter how amazing they are, that precious girl, that girl who changes people's lives, that girl who is an inspiration, something unfortunate just happens, and God forbid, I just started thinking about so many things, and I said I didn't want to go down like this. I know the fibroid surgeries are very common, but I just did not want to take that chance anymore. So when I went back to the hospital and then the doctors worsened my case and made me hate my life, I just thought, whatever it is, this is going to be life or death. I'm going back in and I just want to have a surgery and end this pain. I spoke to the doctors, confronted them. We had an altercation. I was going crazy. I was like, you guys have killed me. You've killed me. You've killed me. You've killed me. I wish I never went back. I don't know how to express that right now. I think I have to explain that in another voice note. I was going crazy because It's a long story. So, this day I was rushed to the hospital again. I was losing blood. My PCV was really low, and I thought I was dying. So I just told the hospital that I was ready for a surgery. And then I changed my mind again and I said, I'm not ready for a surgery. And the doctor looked at me and he said, you're just postponing the inevitable because right now your your quality of life, this is another hospital. And by the way, I went to how many hospitals? About 8 hospitals. I saw 25 different doctors. And he was like, your quality of life is seriously at risk and you just have to have a surgery. It's urgent at this point. And I was just thinking about it and I saw a patient in the same hospital and she saw me and she was like, don't do it. That's the story for another day. And she just talked to me and she told me again that there are women whose fibroids have shrunk without medical intervention. And I said, I've heard of this, but I've never seen it. She said she was going to give me someone's number. And I was like, I've already had concoctions. I don't want that anymore. And so I got home and it was a very difficult period. And I can't believe how I'm able to just tell the story now in like 10 minutes, 30 minutes. It was a very difficult period in my life. So what I do tell women is that I'm not against surgeries, but what I strongly stand against is going back to the hospital and telling the doctors or the gynaes to manage your fibroids or to manage your period. The best way to manage your fibroids or period is naturally, not going to the hospital to get injections, GnRH or whatever. Do not ever, ever, ever go back to the hospital to get the doctors to manage your fibroids. You can ask them to take it out. You can do a laparoscopy. You can do a UFE. You can do whatever, the surgery. Just take it out that moment. But do not go there and say, oh, help me shrink it or give me something that will make it shrink. You're just going to put your life in danger. And the funny thing is, I didn't even ask these doctors to do any of that for me. I just complained about my periods and then they almost killed me. This is a story for another day. Anyway, I'm so happy to finally be sharing this with you. There was a time in my life when I had some of my friends telling me to be open about this. And even though I've counseled so many women, and I've reached out to over 100 women right now since I started talking about it. I've never really like been open and shared my story. I've shared my results, but I'm a very private person. As much as I have social media accounts that are active, you would notice that I do not want to share my personal life or anything personal. I am so private. Like when it comes to someone who minds her business, like I do mind my business a lot. Like, and the funny thing is, I do not even care what people are posting. Like, if you're posting things on your status or personal things, if your account is private, I'm not following you. If you're posting about your family and stuff, I'm not even going to like. I don't even want to look at it. I just move. Like, I'm not that curious about people's lives, and I've not ever thought that anyone would be curious enough to know what went on in my life. But this is about fibroids, and I feel like I'm just going to share hope because I found hope, and hope is really important at a time like this. So thank you for sticking around, and I hope that I'm able to help you and to give you hope. Okay, if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram as Bloody Great Girl, bloodily yours, Bloody Great Girl, period. Take care of yourselves, and I hope we have a wonderful time on this account together. I'm going to be talking about health, career, and love, relationships, and all of these things connect to women's health in some way. So stay tuned. I got you. Bloodily yours, Bloody Great Girl, period.